The Princess Who Never Smiled. There was once a princess who never laughed. In fact, she had never even smiled. Her father loved her, and because of that great love, it hurt his heart to see his daughter without joy. So one day, the king came up with a plan. He made an announcement with a promise that whoever would make the princess smile can marry her. Clowns, jugglers, and many other performers came to the palace. They all tried all sorts of tricks, but no matter how much they tried, the princess never smiled. Near the castle lived a very honest but simple and very clumsy man named Jack. He lived with his poor mother. One day, Jack's old mother told him to go and find some work. The young man managed to get a job as a helper at the bakery that stood beside the castle. After the first day of work, the owner gave Jack a dozen eggs as payment. Jack was so delighted that he went running happily home with the eggs in his arms. But as he ran past the castle, he slipped and fell on the ground and broke all the eggs. The princess saw this from her window, but she didn't smile. Back home, Jack's mother told him, "You foolish boy! If you had put the eggs in your hat, you wouldn't have broken them."
Next time I'll do that, Mother."
The next day, after a long, hard day of work, Jack was given a piglet as payment. Remembering his mother's advice, he decided to put the piglet in his hat, and off he went running towards home. But in front of the castle, the piglet wiggled his way out of the hat and managed to escape. When Jack ran after him, he fell right into the puddle of mud and got soaked from head to toe. The princess saw all this too from her window, but still she didn't smile. As he went home dripping with mud, his mother scolded him and said, "Oh, Jack, what am I going to do with you? Why didn't you tie a rope to the piglet?"
"I shall do that next time, Mother."
The next day, Jack worked even harder, so his boss decided to give him a very big fish to bring home for dinner. Just as he promised, Jack tied a rope to the fish and pulled it along the road to his home. But when the cats of the town smelled the fish, they came running behind Jack, and he didn't notice. And nibble by nibble, the cats ate up the entire fish. The princess saw this funny sight from her window, but she didn't even smile. The mother once again was upset and said, "Why didn't you carry the fish on your head, you silly boy?"
"Oh, next time I will, Mother."
The next day, Jack worked harder than before, and he was given a cow to take home. He remembered the promise that he made to his mother. So he got under the cow, lifted her onto his shoulders, and tried to carry her home. This was the funniest of all, and the princess, who was watching from the window, laughed and laughed and laughed. She simply couldn't stop laughing. The king heard his daughter's laughter echo through the castle and came running.
"What? Who is it that has filled my daughter with joy?"
One man said,
"Aye, it was me."
And another man said,
"Nay, it was I."
"No, it is that man there with the cow," said the princess, and she pointed out to Jack. Instantly, he was taken into the palace, and Jack stood in the imperial presence. The king was delighted, and he praised Jack and his mother. There, they received a big party, and after a few days, Jack married the princess, and they went to live in the castle. The princess would always laugh with him, and they both lived happily ever after for the rest of their lives. The end. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get future updates. And don't forget to comment.